Something about me that you or the public doesn't know about. Well, I'm a composter. I love trees. I'm a big mushroom fan. You can put mushrooms in anything, legal mushrooms, of course, but and mushrooms in anything. I would always be saying, do we have any mushrooms to add to that? It'd be even better with mushrooms.
If he's not in the yard or hunting down mushrooms in the kitchen, Senator Rand Paul is enjoying the few days a week he has with his wife Kelley and their 3 sons.
How often are you home?
Almost every weekend. It's a pretty busy schedule. I'm in Washington almost every week. And it's funny sometimes because people will criticize, why aren't you here and here? And it's like, well, I'm in 3 different places. It's a lot because people don't understand the job involves Washington as well as Kentucky.
The couple chose Bowling Green as their home close to 30 years ago and hasn't left.
And we wanted to live in a small town where we knew the people in the town. You'd meet people in the grocery store you knew. You'd meet people at church.
Originally from a small town in Texas, Rand grew up with a dad who was both a physician and politician, so it was only fitting when he set his sights on a similar path.
That was after I wanted to be a professional baseball player, but that was when I was 10.
Today, he's an ophthalmologist and U.S. Senator.
I kind of wish we could do both. I've always been an advocate that we should allow people to continue their day job, their regular job, and that people would be more part-time legislators and not full-time. I think a lot of time is wasted. We could actually go back to having people who had a job. We could actually lower the salaries of people in Washington, have them there less. What I discovered when I got there is they wouldn't let me practice medicine at all for money. So when I do surgery now, I do it for free, and it is a difficult decision sometimes, between remaining in public life versus, going back to medicine. But I do think if I weren't there, I think that there's kind of a void for someone who would stand up and say, we're spending too much money.
Curbing the nation's debt is one of his top priorities.
It's alarming, and we're now at $31 trillion.
And then there's COVID-19.
I am curious how 1 million Americans died from this, and nobody seems to be curious as to how this originated.
Yet another priority on his list, but the one that tops them all?
The most important thing right now is actually avoiding nuclear war.
He says in order to do that, you have to have open dialogue, even if it is with the enemy. On a more local level, we couldn't let the senator go without asking about Louisville's crime and how to reduce it.
When I talk to people who've been the victims of violence in the West End, they want more police. They want more protection. And look, I have 3 kids that I raised, and I never had to really worry about them on the bus stop being shot. So I think it's inexcusable, unfair, rotten that anybody in the West End has to worry about their kids going to the bus stop. They should be safe, and we should make it so.
In Louisville, Brooke Hash, WHAS 11 on your side.